So let's get this started. First of all, Ashisogi Tenno, aka Cephalon Jizo, aka the man of the hour. You can see him here. Tell us about yourself. What do you do? Why would we want you on our channel?
You asked him that?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi guys, I stream. And I make shitty videos on YouTube. And I have no idea why you would want me here. No, that was a short, let's screw around a little bit answer. Well, yes, it is true though. I do streams. I am perceived as a Warframe streamer, but I think of myself as a variety streamer because I just stream whatever I want.
Yeah.
It's not my fault that Warframe happens to consume the majority of my life. So that's just reflected in my content. And it's actually kind of similar with my channel as well on YouTube, where I do pretty much whatever I want, mainly either something funny or something something that helps people get better at things, or a mix of both if I can. And yeah, I truly don't know why you would want me here. I guess we kind of like each other and haven't had the chance.
I think that's it.
That's what this is. It's a first date, but we had to do it publicly.
That's what it is. So I want to point a few things out. We met Jizo probably mid last year.
Yeah.
He came cruising through our channel.
He sure did.
And he's like, yo, you play like shit.
Yeah.
Let me show you how to play Warframe.
It was me playing.
But he was kind about it.
He was nice.
He was really kind about it.
He's always nice.
And another reason you guys might know Jizo is because he actually has 135,000 and counting subscribers on his YouTube channel.
Like, just a round of applause. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I just look at that number, like I acknowledge that it's growing and that it is a high number, but my brain melted when it hit 1,000, and since then it just never recovered. I don't get it. It's
incredible. I mean, and this is a testament to actually your work that you deem as I don't recall exactly what you said. Something about being shitty YouTube videos, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're highly
don't
regarded.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to this shitty channel and fuck off.
Yeah, please, or whatever. I don't know. Can you turn them up a little bit?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I fixed the volume issue.
Okay, beautiful. So yeah, if you haven't checked him out, we can get that link in chat. I'd like to do that right now, actually.
Yep, I actually put it all there. You can get his Twitch, his YouTube, and his Twitter all in one sweet command called !guest. I insist that you click every single link and follow.
So interestingly enough, when we started, so I started the game years and years ago, but we weren't streamers. And then Lala started playing the game, so I wanted to learn it a little bit better. And one of the people that we regularly visited for how not to play things in a shitty way was you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I just want to throw that out there that we are actually longtime fans, and this is a pretty big deal for us to have you on. So you are the man of the hour.
Actually,
thank you. That's incredible. It's incredible. Thank you.
It's completely true that the very first Warframe YouTube video I ever watched was a Jizo video, and I was like, damn, I got shit to learn.
Man, that robot.
Do you remember
voice is
which
sexy.
one? No, I mean it would have been like a year and a half ago now. I'd have to think back. I think actually, no, you know what it was? I was listening to you and your opinions on DE and Warframe. It was a video like, I forget what it was called, but I think it was around when Railjack came out maybe, or just before. And you were talking about how like things weren't going well. And that was really like big. It was big to listen to that and hear the ups and downs of Warframe.
I actually really do like doing things like that. At this point, it's been I think it's been like 6 years now since I've been doing this whole YouTube thing, and in that time I've always kept it real. So after that much time, a couple of videos have accumulated where I'd be spitting some facts, I guess, or something.
Oh yeah.
What is your all-time best video?
Oh yeah.
Like your most successful video, not best video, because I'm sure the opinion is different, but your most successful video.
Good question.
The most, I think the one with the most views, not by a lot, but by a little, might be the How to Not Be a Shit Nidus, I think.
Oh.
I think that might actually be it.
Nice.
That is a good video.
I was laughing while I was editing that one because I was just like, what do you think when you think nidus? You know, like what? And I don't know why, but the first thing that came to mind was boogers. And so I went ahead and went online and I searched for some memes and some clips and some stuff, and then that video just kind of came to be.
I think that's one of the things I appreciate the most about your videos is the fact that it's technical, which for me is difficult as a player, but you make it accessible with the humor and the ridiculousness. So you mend the two very, very, very well.
You do, yeah.
It's because Warframe isn't a complicated game, but it is complex. And that complexity can be very daunting to anyone, really, of any degree. It doesn't really matter if you're a player that just started today or who has been playing on and off for a couple of months or maybe even years, or if you're even a veteran. Sometimes when new systems came out, like I like to think that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Warframe, right? When Railjack was released and I looked at all those intrinsics and shit, I was like, wait.
What does this mean? This is my head. Yeah. I have to forge
literally
shit.
My brain, ain't nobody got time for that. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Can't it just fly and shoot?
Yeah.
I just want to blow shit up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much my approach. I do try to grab that complexity, understand it for myself, because I translate things that seem difficult. I've always been doing this, even back when I was still in school and stuff. I translate things that are articulated in a very complex way and break it down into terms that an 8-year-old would understand, basically. Because that helps me grasp it too, you know?
Yeah.
And then I just take a piss with it and just have some fun. So yeah, that's pretty much the philosophy there.
And it's fantastic. It shows in your work, the YouTube videos especially, your understanding of the systems and how everything runs makes it so that like you seem so comfortable with that you can you can throw in the shit talking and the and the funny stuff because you're knowledgeable at that point.
Exactly.
So you're definitely on an incredible track, I would say, in terms of what you're putting out content wise.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
You.
And you started the stream. Was that like a year and a half ago? Was it more recent?
What was that
Twitch,
with the stream?
Your Twitch stream?
I started streaming about 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
I tried it in I think it may have been in August or so for the first time ever. And the only reason why I started is because, well, a lot of people were bitching at me. Oh, geez, you should try streaming. I was like, play video games while people watch me live? That's dumb, bro. I don't want to do that. That's stupid. And then they got on my nerves for, I don't know how many months. It must have been at least half a year. And then I figured, you know what? I have the damn account set up anyway. I might as well just do it, so that I could get it out of my system. Yeah. And I was so amazed at how much fun it was. I loved it because it gave me that closer approach to being more direct with your audience.
Yeah.
Whereas the YouTube comments are fine. I read all of my YouTube comments, right? And I respond to many of them too. But that only goes so far. It's interaction, but it's not quite there yet. Yeah. And then the Discord, that was pretty good, but streams, that was where it was at. Yeah. After that one stream, I was like, okay, I need to make a business plan of some sort, some plan of attack. I need to do this more often. I don't know how I'm going to balance a YouTube channel, a real world crappy job, and streaming. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So I kind of balanced everything out as well as I could, sleeping for about 3 or 4 hours on average. And I did that for about 4 months or so. And then I noticed, thanks, of course, to the support that I had from the YouTube channel to begin with, that my Twitch quickly got to a point where I was basically affiliate overnight. And I started generating a little bit of income with it. And that income was starting to get really close to what I was making in my crappy job. So I was thinking like
what? Why?
Do I want to continue washing dishes essentially? For the same amount? Nah, I don't think so. So I quit that job and invested the extra time, which was 40 hours more a week, into the whole YouTube and Twitch thing, and just kind of took it from there. And basically, since then, I've been full time.
That's awesome.
And
Congratulations.
Would you say in that transition that your goals have been met, or that you are meeting because you said you came up with a business plan. So I trust that includes trajectories and goals. Are you meeting those?
Well, yes. I mean, I can't say no. I mean, bottom line is I do this for a living now. Yeah. So I think that is already a success. Now, am I PewDiePie? Right. But am I PewDiePie or Markiplier or anything like that? No, of course not. But that's okay. That was never the expectation. I just felt, okay, I make these YouTube videos. I enjoy making those a lot. It's fun to me. I'm doing these stream things. That's also very fun to me. Now, if I can sustain my lifestyle with that, which is just, what's the word? Average. I don't have a luxurious car. I don't have a big ass house. I'm not secretly rich or some shit.
Yeah.
Right. If I could just live and get by while doing something that I actually enjoy versus doing something that I don't enjoy as much, then I'd rather do something that I like.
You're winning,
right? And live modest.
Exactly.
So exactly. Yeah. It's a win anyway. So that's kind of how I see it. And for the future, it would be great to be larger and offer more to the people, basically, because I think I mentioned it yesterday, maybe. I feel that as a content creator, personality, or whatever you want to call it, with this creative brain, that I can offer much more than just robo voice, haha, funny Warframe videos.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And I would like to bring that to the light. More and more as the years pass by, and just see where it goes.
That's awesome. Do you see that happening in your YouTube videos as well? Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Yeah, like I said at the beginning when I just tuned in, I'm perceived as a YouTube content creator, a Warframe content creator, but I really variety. It's just a happenstance that I know the most of Warframe. Any game about Warframe, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just really good at picking things apart that seem daunting and complex. They don't need to be, though,
That being said, we did see, obviously, being fans, we do watch the videos from time to time when we have an opportunity, and one of the biggest things that are coming up for you and us is Outriders. Yeah. And one thing that, so Lala and I were watching your videos, and you had done the video, I think it was comparing, actually, Warframes to some of the Outriders characters, and just seeing you be that knowledgeable, especially about a product that's not even out yet.
Yeah.
It was inspiring to us because we're like, well, we should probably jump on that bandwagon and learn it a little bit better. But I can definitely see your approach to content creation expanding well past Warframe.
Oh yeah.
That's incredibly encouraging. Thank you.
No, absolutely.
So it's scary, It's being a full-time content creator. It's kind of like one of those, let's call it a job. I mean, it is, but you know how society is a little bit. They don't really quite all acknowledge it just yet. But let's call it a job. This content creator job thing is like one of those that seems all fine and dandy. Everything's like great and everything's wonderful. It's not true. It's sometimes really not wonderful. It's really scary, actually, because you can upload quality content several times a week for a full month and do your daily streams, let's say 20-hour streams or whatever. So you just have a really good productive month. Yeah. And you get, I don't know, let's say $5,000 or so. And you're like, yes, win, I'm making it, right? The next month, you do the exact same thing and you get $500. You're like, shit, how am I going to make rent? Oh, God.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh, we have those moments.
We're in the exact same boat. Like, we this is our full-time job.
Yeah.
Like this, along with all the avenues of like the music and everything as well. So we totally feel you on that.
Yeah, exactly. It's really, really scary. But as long as you're not struggling too much, because there will be struggles, it's just how it is. I too have had to skip meals and stuff to stretch the budget and things like that. But as long as you don't struggle too much for too long, I think you should just stick to it and just keep on pushing your thing, and also be very self-reflective. I think that helps a lot. As it just kind of helps you gauge which direction you wanna go to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it helps you like narrow your brand and also consider what works and what doesn't work, because there's definitely things that fail, but unless you try them, you don't know if they're going to be a flop or not.
Well, and that's one of the biggest things that we've found with ours is those chances, like the amount of times I feel we've put our neck out there. Yeah. Like, and we're like, okay, we're like, this is going to be make or break. This is do or die, and we do it, and it either works or it doesn't work. And so it's definitely a gamble when you put yourself out there.
It's a roller coaster career.
Like you were saying earlier, if you can sustain yourself doing something you absolutely love, being poor really isn't that big of a downfall.
Yeah.
Right, because you gain happiness, and contrary to common belief, money isn't the thing that gives you happiness. At least not longevity.
No.
When it comes to happiness, not at all. Sure, it's like playing a game with cheat codes. It's fun for a couple of games, but at some point you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
It's,
point.
it's not fun, though, Mo.
Yeah, it's not fun.
So, moving into Outriders, are you... Tell us what is your plan surrounding the release of Outriders, and what kind of focus do you think you're going to be taking with that one?
Mm-hmm.
I think with I'll be doing the same thing with Outriders that I do with any game that kind of somehow hits a blip on my radar. Is I'm going to have it go ahead and release, and then I will take my sweet time and have a very close look at it and really get my impression about it and everything in order, and kind of gauge what others are feeling about it, in particular the community. And then I will swoop in like the Raptors from Jurassic Park 1, where they ambush the guy from the side. The scene, the clever girl. That's my YouTube videos. Because I'd be the guy who's like, while there's a whole bunch of turbulence and stuff, I'd be in the background like this, just waiting. Right? And then just at the right moment, I swoop in like, okay, settle down.
Yeah.
That's kind of me.
You can tell he's a video guy, eh? Like, it's like, I've got this clip in my mind. I've got this clip. I can throw that in there.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's always working. It's always working. Always creating.
Yeah.
Clever girl.
Yeah, basically, exactly. I'm going to have a look at the game seriously in depth. I'm going to see how do I truly feel about it. Also, like the projection of the game in the future. Does this game have longevity? Does it maybe not so much? What can the customers of this game, so the players, what can they gain from it? Right. Is it more a thing that you can invest in for 50 hours, or is it going to be something that's going to give you 500? That sort of thing. Yeah. And then really just do whatever that tells me to do. If I feel like we need to make build videos, then I might do a couple build videos,
Yeah.
If I feel like it's going to be more of a playthrough kind of series thing, I would happily do that. First and foremost, though, I'm going to be honest no matter what happens. So, yeah, looking forward to it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm
so
right.
Is there anything about the game specifically that's you're like, okay, this has my attention? Like, with mechanic-wise, not so much like that you're a partner with them, but just strictly mechanic-wise, where you're like, this is neat. I haven't seen this. What is there anything?
Actually, yes. What I like about the game, because on the surface, I guess you couldn't really argue with someone who states that the game is similar to some other, similar shooters. Sure, whatever, fine. But one thing that I kind of just thought like, what's going on here is that it really emphasizes on playing aggressively, as in you don't get heals unless you murder things. Not from drops, but you heal by damaging. And I'm like, cool. Wait a minute. So you're telling me that I can't camp in the corner because I'll probably die? I like this idea.
I like it. Yeah.
This is kind of neat. Yeah. So
flipping it. Yeah.
Ain't no that was kind of here.
Exactly. Ain't gonna be no Sinistar in this one.
Yeah.
And and it's just that was kind of the thing that really piqued my interest about it. And I was like, okay, bring it. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. Have you played the other People Can Fly games?
No, I don't think so. If I remember correctly, weren't they also involved with Gears of War? Wasn't that one of them?
I'm not sure if they were involved with Gears of War. Specifically, I'm thinking Bulletstorm. Which was
I haven't played that one. I'm fairly certain there was one of them that I had played, but for not very long, maybe an hour or so when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure which one that was anymore.
So they when we were younger, they had come out with Painkiller, which was just like serious Sam type game. Yeah,
that was the one. Yeah, I played that on the old Windows. I don't even know, Windows Millennium maybe.
Oh, Lord.
PC.
Lord. Any respectful person didn't touch that shit.
I had no power over that purchase. That was my father, and my father he's. Don't waste your time when it comes to computers and stuff. No.
Yeah, behind the time.
Yeah.
No. He's like, PlayStation is the better platform, of course. I'm like, sit down.
Yeah.
Like, just sit. You don't
listen, son. From father.
Yeah, basically. Listen here, son.
I highly recommend you check out Bulletstorm. They did re-release it remastered, and it'd be worth checking out. It is an incredibly well-done game.
Mm-hmm.
It's all very linear, but fun. So if you have the opportunity just to kind of see where they were coming from, I recommend it.
Yeah.
Is it available on PC?
It is, yeah. And I think it's super cheap now. And if you're a Duke Nukem fan, actually, they added Duke Nukem as a playable character in the game.
I'm sold. I actually started playing Duke Nukem on a stream a couple of weeks ago, but the old original from like what 91, 96 or something. I played that one.
Duke Nukem 3D.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, it lives on. I think I've bought it on every console.
It's so silly.
Balls of steel. That's right.
Yep.
Oh man.
Shake it, baby.
Yeah. Hail to the king, baby. Yeah.
Yep.
Love it.
Great.
There's another question here about Outriders from the chat. They wanted to know about its longevity. Can you compare it to another pre-release like Anthem? Do you think that Outriders devs have made the same mistake or will make the same mistake? What are your thoughts about its survival?
Okay, chat. So my honest opinion, and I'll throw this out there, I don't think that I need to justify this anymore, because I suppose that people know of my usual behavior, but it doesn't matter if I'm partnered with these guys or not. I will give you guys my honest opinion, right? And my honest opinion is I can't really say yet. The game hasn't released. I've played a little bit of it. I've seen the behavior of the devs in the partner space that they have, and what I can say is that it is different from, let's say, Cyberpunk, whereas you know how Cyberpunk went overhyping and they were like legit saying it's fantastic, there are no problems, and then we saw something else, right?
Yeah.
And these devs, they're not doing much advertising at all. They're just like, hey man, we just want to make a cool game, check it out if you want to. And I love that attitude, which gives me a lot of good faith with them. And I can't compare it to anything else yet in terms of release, because it hasn't been released yet. We'll have to see. But I think we can expect good things, honestly. I really do think so.
Letting players check out the game in advance of purchase is such a solid move.
Well, and I do like the approach. It seems as though their manpower, and I would say in a post, like Cyberpunk really got themselves in a bit of a pickle because they did hype. And unfortunately, what they were claiming the game would be ended up making it a main event in the world stage in terms of expectation. And because of that, they weren't able to deliver. Like you try to sell a product and you're at a point where you're like, well, this is what we plan on doing. That gets taken, misconstrued, and turned into this is what we are doing. And then it gets So I'm glad that they haven't taken that approach. It seems like the manpower has gone into the development and the proper curation of the game. Rather than hyping it with ads. So I completely agree with you.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, even if we as content creators sit here and say, yeah, the game is great, get it, buy it, definitely. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we say. The customers, the players that do actually spend their money, they won't know until they play it themselves. You know? So, and I'm really respectful of that, because I myself, like I said earlier, I have struggled in life as well. Right before I started this whole content thing, my construction business went to hell because of some scammers, and I hit rock bottom. So making a purchase like, let's say, Minecraft for $20 in the EU, that's a big thing, you know. And I respect such decision making. You know, I don't know. It's just important to me.
No, and I think as anybody who takes this job seriously and ends up being a content creator, I think we all feel that. So and it's difficult because we all just sit there and watch, you know, the games come out and we're like, I've saved up this small amount of money to buy the next game that I'm hoping will be an aid to my channel. And it's hard to you know, pick because there's things flopping left, right, and center.
I also just a side note, I did detect some a little bit of a flack toward Anthem. Listen here, heathens. Anthem, I will compare it to Railjack. Hyped up to be something, released to be something else. People did not like it at all. Borderline unplayable. I 100% agree. However, now later down the line, Anthem is actually playable and very fun. Just like Railjack. It's good, right? I mean, it's totally fine. Well, I got it on sale for $9. You really can't complain about that.
That's what the sweetest part.
Yeah, we went and bought copies for $10.
For $10, really sweet.
There you go.
And they're still talking about a redo, a revamp of.
Correct.
So I don't.
That's what is being worked on at the moment. Yeah.
And I think another game that would attest to that exact same issue is what was that one that came out years ago? That was
No Man's Sky.
That's the one.
Yes, that was the one. We bought that one too.
And now look at it. It's one of the most acclaimed games being played right now.
Now, see, that I don't know from personal experience, but people have compared it with that and said, yeah, it's the same thing like with No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
I was like, you mean that game that flopped? Yeah, it did flop, but it's good now. I'm like, damn it, that's another game that I got to look at then.
Yeah. One, and they've expanded it. Like, they've turned it into the game they said it would be.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect. Like I can, like, you know, shit happens. So if they mess it up and stuff, that can happen. But if they make right on that and they get the game back into a good place, it's fine. Like, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I believe that's one of the only good things behind the what is it called? The system they use where they can release it and just update it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, what's the technical term for it? Open service or something like that?
Yeah, something along those lines. And for that reason, I believe that it's good. Other than that, I hate it because it's like, it's trash. It's not complete. Yeah, but we can update it as we go. People will buy it. I hate that.
Yeah. I guess it depends on what the developers and publishers are aiming for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in this day and age, it very, very much seems like the gaming industry is capitalizing on quick bucks, cash grabs. So they release something, overhype something, they release it, it makes the sales that it was supposed to make, and then they're like, it's out of our hands now, off to the next project. And I'm not feeling it. So if the gaming industry continues to do that, then this cephalon right here is going to be a big pain in the ass to them in the next coming months and years.
Well, and I think a lot of it, unfortunately, it's gone like the way that the gaming industry has grown. It's not like when we were kids where it was like the Wild West.
Yeah.
It's turned into like, I mean, they obviously saw the amount of money it would potentially bring in, made it a mainstream thing, and now it's being controlled by the money. So it's stakeholders that are actually pushing release of games, not the developers.
Yeah.
And
it used to be, how can we make the coolest possible game that people want to play versus what it is now, which is how can we make the most amount of money quickly?
Yeah.
By any means necessary. The product doesn't matter anymore. If it's good or bad, who cares? Did it generate money? Yep, good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. And that's sad.
Nope.
That is so sad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. But it's a general problem with all kinds of forms of entertainment. Look at movies, look at music.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Think back 90s. Or early 2000s when Eminem was released. Imagine the shit and the lyrical prowess that he brought to the table.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he made hundreds of millions off of that, right? Yeah. Rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
And today, you hop on a beat, you go, hugula, hubula, hubula, men's not hot, and you're rich.
Yeah.
Although in Men's Not Hot's defense, that was meant to be funny, and it is funny.
It is. I'll give you
that. That other mumble shit.
Yeah. I'm in complete agreement. Trust me. Being a musician, working today with the internet killed musicianship because everybody with a microphone and that can download a beat is now a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, on paper, that's a good thing because it enables a lot more creative minds to actually make things happen and share them with the world, which would or should mean all these otherwise untapped potentials and personalities would no longer remain unseen. They actually have a platform where they can be heard or observed or whatever. But it also just adds into this massive pool. It's all just fast. Look at Instagram.
Yeah.
Think of how many pictures and videos do you scroll by in a day on Instagram if you use it even when you're just bored?
Right.
Hundreds probably.
Yeah.
Because just next. That's funny. Next. Funny. Like next.
Yeah.
And content production is no different. It tries to feed that demand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little scary sometimes.
It is, and it's a difficult, like, even with what we're doing as streamers, it's saturated. It's all becoming so saturated that you almost don't even bother trying to find something new or worthwhile because you have to sift through so much shit.
I think that's it. Yeah.
In order to find something worthwhile,
Yeah.
and that is what I believe the internet has done to entertainment in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's given everybody a voice, which in one hand is good, but in the other hand, it's not good at all because there's people who shouldn't or people who like are dipping into things that are not their wheelhouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Like mumble rap.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. I agree. I agree. It's really hard to navigate through a space like that and just kind of find your own place, but also just kind of sift, like you said, sift through all the garbage that's there. It's quite the task nowadays. It's tiring too.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It absolutely is. And I find myself really like retreating back to like music I listened to when I was a kid, or like movies that I loved when I was a kid, because I'm not being let down by those. Like I know this is quality, whereas I try to find something of quality now, and I'm wasting my time when I could have just watched Fifth Element for the 10th fucking time.
Yeah, I feel that in my soul. I feel that so in my soul. Just the other day, I had some time and I was on not Netflix. I was on one of these providers, and I found Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and I watched it, and I was like, yes, there's hope. Oh my God.
Why don't you come back, Rico Moranis? You were a fucking god.
It was so good. It was so good.
But yeah, so
I see chat agrees.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't know if it's because of our age. Like sometimes I wonder that, but I do believe that the oversaturation is like I believe I would still be interested in trying to headhunt new music and find things that are unique, and it's all way too accessible now, and it's all just been filled up with trash.
Yeah.
Diluted.
So,
yes.
Yeah. Diluted.
Yeah. So yeah, it's but I'm sure age has to do with it too. I feel that like my daughter will bring me new music and I'll be like, hey, we were doing that back when I was a kid. It's been done.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely crustier now.
Yeah, sure. That probably has to do with it as well, but only to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Because I think it was with my father. I was just talking about it with him the other day. There is a noticeable difference in production quality between any movie that was released in the past 5 years versus any movie that was released anytime in the 80s or 90s, let's say. Yeah. Right? I'm not saying that all the 80s movies or 90s movies are good because it was my day and age. No, not at all. I'm saying, look at Lethal Weapon. Yeah. Lethal Weapon is just a good old time, let's say. Right?
Die Hard is a perfect example of that.
Die Hard, there you go. That's another one. Mm-hmm. What I was talking about specifically with my father was the volume, which is like one of those typical things like, oh shit, I'm getting old, I can't hear shit. No, that's not it. No. Not in this case, man. I watched just now before this interview, I watched the what was it called? Deep Water Horizon, I think. The one about the oil rig that blew up a couple years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago or so. With Marky Mark. Right?
Yes, Mark Wahlberg was in there, and a couple others. Right. I watched that movie, and just like every other freaking movie that has been released in the past 10 years or so, all the quiet scenes, I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Turn your shit up. I can't hear what you're... Stop mumbling, goddammit, speak up. Right? Mm-hmm. And then
the music starts, and the next scene, you're like,
and then and then blows your brains all over the wall through your ears, right? And stuff. Yeah.
And my neighbor's downstairs with the broom banging the ceiling. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah. And then, and recently when I was watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I set the TV to one volume and I heard everything just fine. My brain wasn't splattered across the walls.
Yeah.
Everything was fine. Just like a tiny little difference, you know? Yeah. Or like the props in the old movies. No CGI shit. They were like, okay, we want a big tentacle monster with like 1,000 tentacles and it needs to swoop across the city. How are we going to do that? Let's build it.
Yeah,
build it.
Right? That's awesome.
Bob will control that.
Yeah.
With his, We got Jim Henson over here.
You on the helm.
Yeah, you got this.
Echo 5-9, we got a rogue tentacle.
Yeah.
Yeah, things are not they were simpler back in our time. Yeah. That's for certain.
Yeah, less rogue tentacles now.
But that's can't have rogue tentacles with CG.
Really too bad. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, good times.
Yeah. So, okay, so you live in Germany. That's
correct.
That's correct. And as I've heard, multilingual. How many languages do you speak?
Fluently at the moment, only English and German.
Nice.
I did learn pretty decent French many years ago because I had a phenomenal French teacher in school.
Nice.
And I learned then that apparently I seem to have a knack for language, as does my sister. And so I picked up French very easily, but I haven't spoken French in 11 years or so, maybe a little longer. So it's gone.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
That's a long time. Yeah.
And I started learning Dutch a couple of years ago on my own time, just for fun. I never really stuck to it because I'm busy. You know?
No.
But yeah, German and English fluently.
That's impressive.
Awesome.
Anybody who's multilingual is okay in my book, because that's a fucking challenge. Is what that is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have always aspired to learn another language. I don't have the patience, nor do I have the capacity, I believe, in that regard to learn another language.
Yeah, on it. Yeah.
But I know a little bit of French.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Dutch is Dutch easy?
Yes. Dutch. If you're like, here was the thing, right? I've always wanted to learn Japanese, because I find hearing Japanese angry is like the best thing ever, right? Has nothing to do with anime, but if I could curse and be angry with someone in Japanese, my life would be great. I'd be happy, right? I could die happily. So I figured, okay, well, everyone says that Japanese is mega difficult to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, why and how and all this grammar, this and that. I was like, okay, I don't understand it because it's so alien. Mm-hmm. So maybe I should assess how well I actually can learn a language, and maybe I should start with something that's simple. So I did some research, and I found out that if you are an English speaker, one of the, if not the easiest language to learn is Dutch.
Interesting.
Furthermore, I read that if you are a German speaker, it is the same thing.
Oh.
So here I am, who speaks German and English.
Perfect.
Dutch it was.
Yeah.
And guess what? I get it. Because Dutch is basically just a mashup of German and English. It's so silly. It's so funny. Look, like the numbers, okay? English, we all know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say, right? In German, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In Dutch, it's something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It does. They just sound like mushed up together words.
It's like the languages were Play-Doh. The blue one was German, the white one was English, and some kid just decided to do
the middle. Yeah. I kind of like both of these.
Language.
Yeah.
We are now Dutch.
Yeah. I love it.
Or as they would say, Deutsch.
Deutsch. Yeah. That's awesome.
Deutsche Stundlund.
See, we need him to do our sound of things.
Our sound effects.
I think that would be perfect. Just an angry German man.
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow.
Is that an offer for a German voiceover? I mean,
I believe that's what that is.
Yeah.
Like I want you to say thank you for following Angry Unicorn. We appreciate it, but in angry German.
Angry German. Yeah.
In angry German. Oh, I'll do that. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I will do that.
I would love that. I think that would be hilarious.
Perfection.
Yeah.
Perfection. After this, we'll settle the details.
Yeah, it'd have to. I want a Japanese one too. That would be good too. Like, thank you so much.
Well, I do this thing on my streams that I call Japanify. And it's gone so far into absurdity that people suggested I should use it as a redeemable action that I do, that I just Japanify something that someone writes. So I just read whatever is written in Japanese, you know?
Yeah.
It's so silly.
That's exactly what we do, except with Canadian.
Well, yeah, we do Canadian. Like I've nailed the Canadian accent, being a Canuck myself, you know. Right. And Karen. Oh my goodness, Karen's another big one.
You have to do a Karen.
Yeah.
Karen's just like
I mean, Karen is important.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to go Karen. Just have
my Karen is named Jessica. That's what I call her, and she's kind of like, oh my god, I can't believe this fucking chat is all over me.
Yeah.
It's like a Valley Girl Karen.
It's like Valley Girl Karen.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Mine's a Canadian Karen. We've discovered.
Canadian Karen.
What the fuck are you even doing here, bud? Like, you just fucking come in here and you try this shit out and you just fucking mess with me. You're messing everything up. Like, I invited you nicely. Like, and you fucking come in here, bud, and you fucking do this thing. Let's just go get a Timmy's, grab a dart, and talk this shit out.
Yeah, that's Canadian Karen.
Oh god, I love it.
It's great.
Oh my god. Oh wow, Vicious Jessica, you sound like my ex. Yikes.
Right, yeah.
I'm kind of sorry.
Do I know you? Are we friends?
It's like, we never met face to face. I've talked to her plenty on the phone.
Was that you?
Wait a minute.
Wait
I didn't even know this whole time.
Hold the phone.
Are you Jessica? Oh shit.
Oh man.
Her name is Jessica too. Yikes.
Yeah, yikes.
I had phone sex with you.
What have you done, Vicious?
Vicious is like, psych!
Yeah.
Didn't think this is where it'd be coming out, but here we are.
Oh, man.
Whoops.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Speaking of Germans and Canadians, in Canada, of course, as we've informed our chat, we only tell true things about Canada. In Canada, when you're born, you are assigned a moose, and that's your pet moose, and you take care of it. And this is a very important thing in Canada. And the chat was wondering, what does one get in Germany? What spirit animal do you have to care for?
Unofficially, probably a German Shepherd.
I like it.
No, officially, I don't think we have anything like that.
That's
really.
sad.
Yeah, that's
unless it's unless you can count beer. I believe Germany is still like one of the #1 beer consumers of the entire world.
Yeah. So
Not
when you're born,
though.
you get beer, and you got to take care of it.
You're not a beer man?
Yeah. No, I don't like beer at all. I like mead though.
Well, there you go.
Hey, is that
mead?
legal?
Mead
Hello.
is like old
mead.
school beer. Yeah.
Oh, mead. I thought that he said weed.
I like
honey wine.
Honey wine. Yeah,
Cherry
I've had
flavored
that
honey wine
before.
was the best.
Yeah.
It's yummy. It's like dessert in a cup.
Yeah.
It gets you drunk.
Mead is honey wine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can't go
It's
wrong.
the best of all worlds.
There you go.
Vicious, I do let my moose and loosen in my house in. Of course, obviously.
Jack the Twitter Jack says, my friend got bagged milk. He lives in Canada. That's true. We have bagged milk in Canada. Do you have bagged milk in Germany?
No, I
How does your milk come?
He's like, okay, I you know what? I told you that you could ask me any question, but that's
dumb.
fucked. That is fucked.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
No, we don't have bagged milk. Now that I think about it, I don't think Germany really enjoys using a lot of plastic in general.
No, that's probably
You have
smart.
cartridges for a lot of stuff, a lot of liquids and glass.
Yeah, Europe is a bit of ahead of the times in terms of their plastic usage.
Which is smart.
Smart. Yeah, absolutely.
Fair.
So Germany, is this now where you call yourself a citizen permanently?
Yeah, at the moment, yes. When I was born, I was actually born here because my mother couldn't stay in Colorado for some reason, and they were bouncing back. They were bouncing back between Germany and the U.S. a lot, and all at some point in that travel time, I decided to pop out, and that just happened to be in Germany. And
that's a long trip from Colorado to Germany. You know?
Yes. What can I say? The belly was pressurized. I flew.
So I'm a preemie.
Oh man,
I was Superman.
Yeah.
And then in the beginning they were traveling back and forth when I was a baby a lot, and we lived in Colorado for a while because that's actually where my older sister lives as well. Well, technically my half sister. I don't make any difference between sisters and half sisters or whatever. That's a silly distinction, but fine. And then when I was maybe 6 or so right around when school time started, we visited Germany and somehow stayed.
It's just it's an extra extended
I wound
trip.
up in school,
I would love to know the real reason. Like, just find to be like, listen, we were running from the police.
Yeah, like
yes.
Are you familiar with drug mules? That's
we're going on a trip to Germany.
I mean, no.
I don't know. Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah. Then I went to American school here.
Nice.
At a military air base, 1st grade. And after that, or during that course, my parents decided, okay, they're going to stay in Germany, which was 100% my mother's fault. And so then she also sent me back into 1st grade, but in a German school, so that I don't have any problems in 2nd grade coming from American school 1st grade to the German school 2nd, right?
Right.
Which I guess paid off, kinda.
What about socially?
No, it was fine social. I mean, I was a wild kid. I very early on adapted the habit of bullying bullies. I hate bullies.
Yeah.
I was the guy that ran around through the school courtyard looking for the bullies and starting a fight with them and beating their ass often. Sometimes I got my ass handed to me, but at least their usual victims had a day of peace, so like whatever.
You were the Robin Hood of your kindergarten class, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
A morally questionable Robin Hood, because I mean, I was a gangster, man. I'm not even kidding. I was bad. I was a bad. You don't get stabbed in the chest and held at gunpoint for no damn reason, you know.
Oh well, here's some new questions. Let's add those to the list of questions.
Uh-oh.
You done did it to yourself.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap it up. Let's summarize it. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you that you can legally say on Twitch?
Well, I can legally say anything on Twitch. I think.
Well, then, the craziest thing that's ever happened.
The craziest thing that has ever happened to me.
I want anybody who listens to the podcast to be like, I need to go see who this guy is now.
Yeah. This happened to this shit.
Come on over. It's not the first time we've done a kind of like VAP meet and greet thing. But wait till the Rona times are over with.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The craziest thing that's ever happened to me. God, that's hard. There's so much. I suppose it may have been the time when I got held at gunpoint. Or when I was robbed with a knife. That may be too.
Oh my gosh! This all happened in Germany when you were a kid.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah. Damn. Before the age of 14, all of it.
Jesus Christ!
Wow, that's frightening.
Yeah. So, is it safe to say that by the time you went into high school, you were a fairly hardened individual?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I had to be. It was either that or be a victim, which I was for a while, you know, because I was well, contradictive to what I just said. I was a sweet kid too around the house, you know, or to other kind individuals. I was always a really, really, really nice guy. Just to the people that were kind of funky to me, like kind of bully, pushy, and kind of just you know, Karens and Bobs and assholes in general. Yeah, I was really, really wild and messed up with them. But naturally, because of how innocent I appeared at first in my first couple of school years, I was bullied a lot. And I'm also biracial. I have all the bis, all of them, right? So I'm also biracial. And in Germany, there's no way to go through school as a biracial person without being called the N-word, right? For example. Yeah. And so I dealt with that kind of stuff as well. And that did cause me to harden up really, really quickly. Yeah. Not in a fun way. So
yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
This fucking guy. We're talking serious, but he still throws in a dick joke. I like it.
Good form. Good form.
Well done. Well done. We're gonna bring it back around.
Yeah, and so all these things, they kind of contributed to me being hardened, I guess, as you put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a question in from chat. What Bundesland do you live in? I don't know what a Bundesland is.
A state, basically.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I live in Rhineland-Palatine, I think is the English proper word for it. In German, it's Rheinland-Pfalz. Moved from...
Speak more German to me.
Moved from North... Ach, das ist kein Problem, das kann ich machen, das ist kein Thema.
Oh no, oh no.
Jesus Christ.
Senpai! Yeah.
You speak my language.
Before I lived in North Westphalia, I think is the English word for it. So NWA. It's not NWA. It's NRW. In Cologne City is where I lived before.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Do you know where that is?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Cologne. That's it's a beautiful. I've heard it's a beautiful city.
So Lala is Austrian. So she's her father actually grew up in Austria, and so she's well versed in German and
not versed in German.
No, your father is.
My father is. Yeah.
And
very nice.
Basics.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I love the accent.
My terrible accent.
No,
the German accent.
Proper Austrian one.
Oh yeah, no, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I love it. I don't master it. I'm better at doing English accents for some reason. It's really weird.
Then there's different dialects, I guess. Yeah, different accents of German.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Totally, that's so cool. Okay, so we talked about Germany and growing up. Some people wanted to know more about starting off as a YouTuber. And even I think ongoing. What are some of your frustrations at the beginning? And what are some of your frustrations now as you? Well, I guess we've talked a lot about frustrations as a current content creator.
I think a better question would be when you got started. So when you started, how long ago would you say your channel started? And then, based on that, what were the obstacles that you had faced in the beginning? Because I mean,
yeah,
I think it's safe to say, although well, you have been humble about it. You're a very successful, in terms of our community, a very successful YouTuber and streamer. And you said you watched the numbers go up 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. When you started this, what were your intentions and what were the obstacles that you found before you saw the success that you found?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty big question. Yeah, it ties into a lot of different facets of what I was going through at the time. Okay, so a little bit of context. When I started the whole YouTube thing was right around the time when my business started going downhill. So a little more short context. I did a lot of school. I got the highest level education right before university that you can get in Germany, followed up by a full master's degree in construction.
Damn. Oh, wow. Good for you.
So my profession is actually building houses for a living, planning and building houses for a living. So all the plaster, all the insulation, all the estrage, concrete flooring, all that shit, interior design, exterior design. That's my job normally.
Nice.
And my dream was always to get good at my job, which I was, and then use my master's degree, because German law is a little bit weird. Use my master's degree to start my own business and basically be my own boss. That was my dream, right? And I wanted to own my own house by the age of 35. And with that first house, it would have been a fixer-upper. Right. That first house would have then been my first project, and would have put my foot in the door for the real estate business. So the grand plan was get fixer-uppers, fix them up with my knowledge, put in my manual labor myself, because I wouldn't need to spend the cash for it then, obviously, right. And then sell for a profit. That was going to be the goal. Okay. So everything was going well. I got my education. I got my master's degree. I worked for 10 years in the field and everything. And then I moved to the big city. And in the big city, I then started my business, which worked great. The business itself was kind of a fixer-upper too. The business had 12,000 euros debt, which is that's a drop on a hot stone in construction terms. That's nothing, right? And I managed to have the business flip over about €250,000 within just 3.5 months or so.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah. And then ongoing, as I was immersed in all of these projects for the business and building and working toward my dream, the scammers started to hit. I'm not going to go into detail because with all of that, because that's quite lengthy, but just know they knew all of the perfect loopholes in law and had friends in very, very high places, and they screwed me in the worst way they possibly could. So thus began my my fall from grace, so to speak, where I hit rock bottom. Yeah. So I went from the success that I just said to basically waking up one morning and having 56,000 euros worth of personal debt.
Oh my
no
gosh.
Job, no income, repo on my ass, Polizei at my door knocking, trying to get in to get me out, to put me in jail for not being able to pay my debts, these kinds of things. You know, these was the time when me and my women, we skipped a few days of food to stretch the budget, or had weeks when all we ate was things called Brötchen. They're like little tiny breads, bread and water and stuff like that, not doing shit. And I fell into a very, very severe depression. I was very recluse. I was basically an empty shell, literally dead inside. And if I hadn't occupied myself with something to do that felt good, then I would not be here right now. That's how bad it was. Okay. And then I started, well, not yet YouTube. I was looking around. I couldn't afford to rent video games. So I was looking around online for free things. And I stumbled across 5 or 6 or 7 or so top 10 free-to-play games videos on YouTube. And Warframe was on every one of them. And out of all of them, including Dota 2 and all these other games, Warframe seemed the most interesting. So I decided to download it and give it a shot. Maybe it would distract me for an hour or two. Here I am 6 years and 6,000 hours later. And I started playing, and after 2-3 weeks or so, we had a clan, and there was a member in there that asked a lot of questions, and I was the only hardcore player in this clan, and they were all casuals. So naturally, despite my low MR, I had the knowledge, so to speak. And these casuals would ask very often, and then I figured, you know what? Maybe it would be cool if I could make like a homepage or something where my clanmates can like click on and get the information that I already learned for myself, or maybe I should make a video of it. Maybe, and then put that on a web page that my clanmates can access. And then I thought further, but what if there are other Tennos out there that might also just happen to be interested in this? And I figured, I might as well make it public. Who cares? I don't know how to do it any other way anyway. So I fired up my Windows Movie Maker and my Windows Paint for the thumbnails, and I had at it. And that's how it began. And I honestly just did it as a thing to keep me occupied, so that I don't have to concern myself too much with what's going on in my real world. And I did that for about 2.5 years, making about 50 cents a month off of YouTube revenue, with like 20 views per video. And then all of a sudden I had 1,000 views, 1,000 subscribers. And after that, it just blew up. I was like, what the fuck is this? What happened? So that's basically it. And
what an incredible origin story.
Yeah, like what a story.
Thank you. Yeah, it's there was a lot happening in the background.
That's a lot of obstacles to overcome. That's incredible.
Well, and this is exactly what we were hoping to get out of you, because people watch us, all of us on stream, but they don't really know the history or how it came to be, and that's absolutely so. You got into Warframe to escape reality. It was a fluke because you found that game on multiple lists saying free to play and it's a decent game,
right?
And then, based on your compassion for others playing the game, you developed a small series hoping to help people, and it blew up.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Just kind of kept me busy. I had fun learning how to edit, because I've always been interested in it. I used to do a lot of acting as well. I've been on every German television show you can imagine, and 2 or 3 movies or something.
Oh, wow.
So and there's a lot behind my character that frequent viewers of my streams can't possibly know. You can't blame them. Like I was also training to become German SWAT for a while too. But anyways, this was in 2017. What was I going to get at now? I lost my chain of thought, but that's okay. We'll find it again, maybe.
Probably not. I don't know if you've watched much of our channel, but staying on a train of thought isn't really our bag.
It's not our bag, no.
Same, but some couple stations later, somehow I'm back where I started. So
that's
it works out sometimes.
It's weird. Well, that's an incredible story, and it truly is. And this is, like I said, this is what I wanted to get to, because, as you said when we started this, a lot of people just see you as Ashisogi Tenno, the Warframer, the Warframe guy, the YouTube Warframer. And it's very evident that there's so much behind you that you have done, can do, and are capable of doing so not Warframe or even video game related. I'm glad that we could get this out, because that is incredibly inspiring. And to anybody out there who's like, I'm struggling.
It's an inspirational story. Yeah, exactly.
Sure. I mean, it's hardship and anything. I wouldn't wish it on anyone, really. No. I wouldn't. I'd be lying if I'd sit here and say I've always been an angel, sweetheart, darling. Although I do say that on my streams and in my Discord specifically all the time. Don't tell them I said this on stream live. Okay. I got a reputation.
Your image will be protected.
Okay. Cool.
This guy will fuck you up.
Awesome. But so I really can't say that I've been an angel all my life. So I probably did have some debts to pay in that sense. But like, goddamn, karma, chill. I think I've paid more than enough. Goddamn.
Like my ass is sore, all right?
Yeah. I've lost everything. Everything. It's been 6 very long years of trying to get back on my feet and stuff. And it's working. But it's a process. I had more than enough reasons and incentives to give up. And don't really know why I didn't. There was always a mix of different reasons and stuff, different people that meant something to me and whatnot, and just different reasons. Alas, here I am. So like, I guess it worked out in the end.
Yeah,
it did. Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. There's a lot of Warframe related questions that people have that we're going to get around to. But to conclude some of the more personal questions, somebody wanted to know, how many tattoos do you have, and which one is your favorite or most meaningful?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think, if I count it correctly, 5. My favorite one is probably my left sleeve here that isn't done yet. There's some color missing.
Oh yeah.
Well, a lot of color missing, and this inside area, there's like some more black that's missing here. This is probably my favorite. It's also probably my favorite because it has the highest quality out of all of them. A true pro did this one.
It's stunning.
And it's always been my dream to have like a sleeve, and it has like its meaning and everything. And I'm really proud of this one here too. This was my 50,000 subscribers on YouTube bet.
Cool.
See, here's how certain I was that I wasn't anything special. I was sitting around maybe 9,000 subscribers or something when I said, if I ever hit 50,000 subscribers, I will tattoo my arm. If I ever hit 100,000, I'll do a face reveal. I knew, hear my words exactly, I knew when I said it, none of those things would ever happen.
Right, right.
Yet, you see, something went horribly wrong.
I've said that before too. It didn't go my way. It didn't go my way. No.
So
don't challenge chat, I believe is what we're always told.
Yes, probably. So I'm really proud of this one because the whole Ashisogi community as a whole, for those who don't know, holy crap, what's going on here?
Led.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you know, is Led your friend? Do you know?
No.
Led,
no,
damn.
I don't know this knucklehead. I don't hang out with crazy people.
So he does. He just donated 29 tier 1 subs. For the love of Jesus and all things holy, thank you so much.
Oh, Lad.
Congratulations. Very nice.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
This is incredible. Super appreciate
You get multiple kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you so much. Warframe legend. I didn't know Led is a Warframe legend.
Are we an asshole now for not?
Maybe.
Oh no, I hate
Led,
being an
I'm
asshole.
sorry.
It happens far too often.
I'm not good at legendary things, so maybe that's it. I'm sorry.
Not Kaler for
Apex Legends cough. What?
Yeah.
I'd like to take a minute actually just to shout out a few people in the chat, if we could do that. We have a few of our fellow Outriders partners.
Yeah,
Trayson, thank you for that. Drag, thank you for the raid. We have Vicious, we have Life, we have Bob Baghetti up in the chat. We got Vamp in chat. All coming in to support our main man, Jizo. So thank you guys so much for coming out and hanging out here with us while we get to know this man a little bit better.
Yeah, thanks so much. And Led, man, damn, thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Damn is the word.
Damn.
Fantastic. Thank you guys.
So people want to know, what do you do for fun when you're like these days when you're not like playing video games and making videos?
What's that thing? Fun?
For fun,
what's that?
Like, I know
what's that? Where do I farm it? What planet do I farm it from?
Is that the new
Which enemy
one?
drops that?
What's the drop rate on that?
I could have sworn the new one was Wraith, but I guess it's fun. I didn't know it was out yet.
No, fun. Well, I work a lot. If we allow to look at all of what we're doing right here as a job, I work a lot, and that is quite fun to me. I have been loving playing Apex Legends recently, but let's get out of maybe the gaming world, because I'm guessing that's kind of the little further distance realm to get to as in questions. Might as well use the opportunity to go outside of the gaming realm maybe. I actually really like swimming, or just generally being physical, like basketball and martial arts and stuff like that. I used to be a martial arts instructor as well as a fitness coach. So I've done some things. I love hanging out in the gym. I like archery quite a bit. Mountain biking. Oh my god, snowboarding. I adore snowboarding. It's so good. Hate skating though for some reason, but snowboarding, that's where it's at.
It hurts the feet.
I love cooking, drawing, painting. I have some paintings and stuff like back here, and
I would love to see that actually.
And shit like that over there. Would you really?
Yeah. I don't know. I like.
Oh yeah.
The more you talk about yourself, I feel like the more you like put yourself down. That's what I want to see. So if I ask for art and you're like, "Do you actually?" I'm like, "Well, then yeah, because it's gonna be incredible."
Yeah, he's got like 5,000 talents. This guy. I want to know about all of them.
Fine. Okay, so I'll not show everything because it'll take a while, but I'll go with the picture that people can't see very well in my streams because I swapped the sides.
Perfect.
This right here. This is a drawing of a good friend of mine. Her name is Sophia, and Sophia went to Germany's Next Top Model a couple years ago and came in 4th, I believe.
So cool.
So she was a German top model for a couple of years, and now she is working on a whatchamacallit, some kind of like a charity thing for mental health something. Like, it's kind of hard to translate it from German because it's very specific, but yeah, she's using her fame to build that up. So this is a drawing of her.
That's incredible.
That's amazing. That's like incredible skill too. Did you take art in school?
No.
This was all natural. Wow.
No, I just stole said bullies' crayons and started drawing.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the bullies' faces, so I got good eventually.
Sit the fuck
I'm
down.
not an amazing artist or anything.
Give me your crayons.
Sometimes it's really weird. Like, sometimes I'll sit around and like, hold on, let me show you my sketchbook.
Yes.
I can illustrate exactly the skill of Jizo. So I'm like, okay, I need to practice myself. So go back to basics and just draw really basic things like shapes and stuff like that, right? How do I cover this? Hold on, let me grab something to cover the
I love the excitement. This is what's working for me right now.
Is there excitement? I can't focus on so many things at the same time. I'm sorry.
Okay, guys, listen.
Okay, so let me try to show this here. So let's see. Can we see? Is this fine?
Yeah,
that's fine. So you see mega basic shapes. You can maybe tell if you're into some artist stuff that there are some squares that I intentionally screwed up the corners for, because I learn by making mistakes very well. I learn from my mistakes. So I try to do them intentionally and often, just so I can burn it into my brain what not to do, right? So here I am, being a good boy, trying to stick with the regular shapes and stuff. And then, like, after half an hour, I got bored, and I was like, screw these damn shapes! Let's draw a mouth, goddammit! And then I popped this thing in there right quick on the sketch.
Nice.
You know?
I like it.
Same thing happened on the next page with
I like the faces on the cylinders too.
Yeah.
Remind me of, what was that, Epic Mealtime?
Oh, yeah. Those were I did those to help me understand facial angles.
Yeah,
because I suck at those.
Yeah,
right. I suck at those. A face straight from the front, portrait, no problem. Tilt that head up and to the right or something slightly, I'm dead. My brain melts. It's weird, really weird. Here's the other page where I started with circles, basically, to build up a face, just so I can intentionally kind of see where not to put the nose. Yeah. And then, as you can see on this guy's nose, something ain't right. You know?
Right.
I was like, wait a minute, let me isolate that nose right quick. What's going on? And then I kind of progressed over with more basic nose to more basic nose to more basic nose. And I was like, fuck this shit. And I dropped the nice shadowed nose. I was like, screw this. So that's kind of how it's weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I can sit here and be like, all right, I'm going to draw a masterpiece. And it looks like a 2-year-old drew it. Yeah. Right. Other times I can be, I don't know, preoccupied listening to music, doing anything else, and my hand just kind of does something beautiful. I'm like, wow, okay, cool. It's really strange.
That's awesome.
The last one, I'll show you the last one. That's a painting.
I do believe that all this art will one day be in like a museum or something, and people will study the noses particularly.
The noses, and also the fact that it was this individual that did it. They were like, he's like the German Banksy, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's where this is going. Wow. Dang.
So I dub this purgatory, basically.
Dang, that's good.
It's kind of like hardship and, hopelessness, and shit hits the fan, and world's burning around you, and it's like it's difficult and it's like hopeless to look up and ask for any help or anything, because all there is darkness and nothing. So
you're speaking our language,
when life
man.
feels that way.
I feel like we could welcome Jizo into our club.
Our club?
The Rock Bottomers.
The Rock Bottomer Club?
So Lala and I live our lives with the understanding that every time, like, we have the highest highs.
Yeah.
But equally have the lowest lows.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And every time we learn something about ourselves, it's because we've hit fucking rock bottom.
Yeah, it's true.
That sounds very familiar,
Yeah.
And
it's like, oh, bedrock. I'm very familiar with you. Not just from Minecraft.
Hi, my friend.
Yeah, I wish I wasn't so comfortable down here.
Yeah. But it's
Yes, indeed. So yeah, there's some art stuff. I don't know how we got into the art things, but hobbies and stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Doesn't matter. Tangents are tangents, and they're fucking beautiful.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so there you go. There's that.
That's a lot of like martial arts art. That's really cool. Really cool.
Man of many interests.
I love it.
I like to. When I want something, I am not shy to try and go get it and achieve that. I'm not so much the person that sits on the couch with a can of Mountain Dew and Cheetos and hopes that things are
Something
nice.
happens,
I want them. Yeah, I want it to be nice. I want things to happen, so I go out and get them. I was interested in martial arts, so did some research. I heard of this shit called Wing Chun. Found out that Wing Chun happens to be in my city. I was like, let's go check this out. Maybe I'll have some interest for a couple of months. Did that for 7 years. Became an instructor, and I taught. This was one of the most fun things I ever did, despite the grim nature of it. I taught anti-rape classes.
Oh my.
For a while. It was so fun. You would not believe it. So imagine I step into the school, right? And there's like 20 women or so standing there of all different ages and sizes and everything. And they're all just like kind of like little, you can sense, like I'm an empath too, right? So I could kind of like sense how people are doing.
Yeah.
So you step into this room and you can sense there's some nervous there, a little bit of anxiety, but also some eagerness and just that. And, and then, I mean, I don't exactly look harmless. Let's be real. So I step into this room with all these ladies for a anti-rape class. They're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, hello, good morning. Good to see you all. Blah, blah, blah. Introduce myself and what we're going to do, this and that and whatnot. And we had a blast. It was fun. Like, basically, imagine my style of videos with the humor and the shits and giggles and stuff.
Yeah.
But in an anti-rape class. It was fantastic.
I think it would, the ice would be broken so quickly.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, I bet you guys didn't think that when you signed up for this, they actually bring a real one in here. Just
show me the
kind of,
take me down
like that. I did catch that vibe here and there too. Yeah. But it was great. It was really
like, is this
great.
guy on a program? Is he a felon? Like, is this like a?
Does he have to do this to get out sooner?
That's what. Yeah. Is this his volunteer hours? Is this...
No, that's really cool. That's
it was really cool.
That is incredible.
I like that.
Yeah. I really
that was fun.
I have to ask, out of interest, did you do well in school?
Yes and no. My early school days, I did all right. I never studied because why?
Right.
I was like, studying. I got better things to do. I'm 13. I don't need to do homework. I need to chase girls and shit.
That's
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what you do in those at that age, that kind of.
Yeah. What was that thing that we used to get back in the day? What was it called?
What?
Pussy.
You got that?
No,
didn't think so.
Yes, of course.
No, I didn't get that. Not where I lived.
That kind of thing, right? And so I never studied, but despite that, my grades were all right. They were acceptable. They were always around B's, D's, C's, that kind of thing. Yeah. Except in gym class. Gym class, always straight A's, no matter what we did. Except ping pong. Ping pong was the first F I ever got. So
what a class!
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So it's not arbitrary.
You're gonna need this in life.
Thing. Yeah, super. Totes, yes.
The reason I asked, there is a reason I asked this question. The reason I asked is because you strike. I mean, we've met a lot of people. In my life, and you strike me as the type of individual that would be able to determine what's valuable to you and what is not, and basically not excel in anything that doesn't interest you.
Right. 100% true.
Yeah. So you totally, You totally strike me as that type of individual, which is exactly my issue too. So there's a lot of barricades that come with that kind of mentality, but
yeah, you can't bring yourself to do something that doesn't interest you. Like it's just too difficult.
Right, which makes the school systems basically all around the world troublesome.
Exactly.
It didn't stop me from doing really well later, though. To be fair, later on in life, I was more interested in it too.
Yeah.
So the moment I became more interested in my education, I had straight A's basically. Having something less than a B was that was basically a celebratory occurrence. It was worth celebration.
Yeah.
Right. It was that rare. Like for example, my master's degree or my training as a construction worker that I did, I graduated with a score of, what was it, 1.6, and the way the scoring works is a 1 is basically an A. So it was an A.6.
Damn.
A.10 would basically be a B. And it was that for 3 years straight, no problem.
Wow.
But it's because it was applicable to your life. It was something that you wanted to know, therefore you fucking aced it.
Yeah, right. Which is why I sucked at algebra later. Teacher comes in and he's like, here's X times X. And I'm like, lol, a letter times a letter, bro. Are you getting this?
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, I want to smoke a urine.
That's stupid, bro. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, that's X to the power of 2. I'm like, wait, you're serious? Like, what's this shit? And then I learned that quickly because that did become relevant for my job later, of course, for dimensional math and all that. What is it? Geography? No.
Geometry.
What's it called? Geometry. There's the English word. Thank you.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
This bilingual shit. And that I was really good at too. But then at higher mathematics, I was like, no. This is where I tap out. I'm sorry. Yeah. Integers and all that shit. Excuse me, what? Fibonacci sequence and stuff, which is super interesting as a topic, which is why I know a little bit about it. But all the math behind it.
Fibonacci sequence. Yeah, that's like spaghetti, pastas.
Yeah. Ravioli.
Sunflower seeds, all of these things. Yes.
Yeah.
This beautiful randomness that isn't random at all and has a perfect ratio and shit. Yeah.
No thanks.
Okay, so somebody wrote this question, and I don't know what it means. Maybe I'm missing out on something. Maybe you'll know. I would love to know if Jizo has all his baby prep ready. Do you know what that means?
Baby prepped what?
Baby prep. Do you have your baby prep ready?
Are you pregnant?
Are you?
Oh, do I have my baby prep ready?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Sort of. Well, for those who don't know, I'm expecting. April is the due date. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So there's going to be a bebe Jizo.
Oh no.
In April.
More. We need more in the world.
So what's going to happen is that they're going to birth the baby.
Yeah.
And the doctor's going to lift it and do the bum smack as they do. And the baby's going to be like, get your fucking hands off me.
Yeah. Don't you touch me like that.
And there'll be Jizo tear down his eye and be like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
That's my little dude.
Yeah. That's
so
exciting.
He's due in April. The name is going to be Jaden and Eli, I suspect.
Love it.
Thank you. And baby prepped. Not really.
Yeah.
Take it from me. You won't be until about 6 months in and you realize what it's actually about.
Yeah.
Right. I suspected as much. I'm not surprised. So, yeah.
That's incredible.
On that note, I do have a phenomenal baby onesie on my merch store that I am going to buy for my son. Wow. And I am going to show it on Instagram. Why is it amazing? Imagine a onesie, okay? Mm-hmm. It's a baby onesie. It has the buttons at the bottom so you can unbutton them and probably lay waste to whatever abomination is in there, right?
In there, yeah.
On the baby onesie belly, it says, "I can wait forever, adversary, but I won't."
No, I fucking love it. Can we get a link to the merch shop? We got to get that out there.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Seji, can you find a link, please? Oh man, that is genius.
I can try to find it too. Where do you want it?
We just throw.
I guess you'll have to send it to us, and then we can pop it in chat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to see if I can find it here, just like this.
Oh man, I am.
You want a screenshot of that particular onesie?
I'm gonna. Oh, I'm going straight there. Bomb ass merch. I'm already there.
Oh, you found it.
Damn. Okay.
Pop it over.
Okay.
We want a link so people can go and buy it.
Yeah, I'm putting it in.
Go ahead. You're much faster than I am. Sure.
There it is.
We go.
Oh,
everybody head there. Get that one. Get that.
It doesn't matter if you have a baby. Put it on your dog. It doesn't matter. It'll be fine. Just get
there you go. Smexy merch! Exclamation mark! Smexy merch. That will work here, but it will work in my streams.
Okay, good to know. All right, it's Smexy merch.
That's perfect. And there's some pretty terrific. I don't know if you guys watch his videos. You'll know at the end of the videos, he does say "fuck off."
Yeah.
And there's a shirt that says that, so that's fantastic.
Yeah. Like somebody
very appropriate for the Rona times.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
These are terrific, man. I love your. Did you create your logo?
Yes, but it was proified by a pro.
Yeah.
Right.
I can hold on. I'll actually send you. Hold on. Let me jump into DMs. I will actually send you an original copy, which you are free to show on stream if you want to, of what that logo started as. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Oh my god. I don't know. What do you guys think we should do? Should I explain how it happened and then show it, or show it and then explain how I made it?
Whatever you think is gonna be the best way.
I think we'll show it first so that people can be like, "Whoa, yikes, bro!"
All right, so fire it over to Lala.
Yeah,
and she'll be able to put it up.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me just jump into the other chat really quickly. Also, chat for watching right now. Just give us a sec.
Show and tell, yeah.
Show and tell.
I am not very well at locating things on my PC, but we'll get there.
Now, this eventually evolved into your in-game glyph, right? In Warframe?
Correct.
Beautiful.
That is 100% correct. Yes.
Is it global?
It is, yes.
Oh, wonderful. What would we type in to obtain said glyph?
All capitals, one word, Ashisogi Tenno. And then you may have a wonderful, beautiful, well, arguably beautiful yellow baby head.
Yes. I want to have. I see those baby heads everywhere, and I'm
so
like,
do I. Honestly, it's one of the I definitely knew the logo before I ever knew you. Like it definitely stands out there.
It's been in the game for a long time too, isn't it?
I think it's been. When did I get partner? About 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah, it was when we started.
Yeah, I think 2017 was when I made the whole partnership escapades video where a bunch of content creators jumped on like, hold up, DE, wait a minute, what's going on? You know, I think that was 2017, and shortly after that I was partnered. And then a year after that, the partnership program was removed in favor of what we have now. I think that's kind of how it was. So about 2 years ago, I think. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, so I've seen that everywhere. I see it all the time when I go on, like people use it regularly.
Yeah. I've been in squads with people where 2 or more were using it, but didn't recognize me, and it was really hilarious. I was so happy.
Yeah, I love that.
There it is. That monstrous thing.
I love it. It's still got a lot of the elements. It's got the face and the eyes.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, let's be honest, right? Quality-wise, it's garbage.
Yeah, it's got some blur
It's like
to it.
tried and not succeeding. Right?
I love that Lala keeps trying to be nice about it. She's like, no, it's good. It's pretty all right.
Yeah.
It's pretty shit. Let's be serious, right? We don't need to sugarcoat it. But in my defense, allow me to remind you, I didn't know anything about YouTube or video editing or photoshopping, nor did I have Photoshop.
Oh,
I had the tried and true Windows Paint. And I made this logo by drawing it on a grid pixel by pixel. Damn. That's how that came into play. Oh. That's how I made this thing.
So that's pretty incredible.
I mean, that's incredible. It is a work of art, and you consider it that way.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'll just accept that politely.
You have to look at it in the context that it's taken. So in the context of shitty art done on MS Paint, it's a fucking masterpiece.
Right, exactly.
Within context. We could say that.
Yeah, and we will, I'll accept that because you're our guest today.
Okay, cool. Yes, nice. So and then this image I then sent over to a later clanmate because they were like, "Jizo, your channel is growing slowly. You're up to like 600 subscribers or something like that. It's time, man. This ain't it." And I'm like, and I can't I already know from back when I had my construction business to get a logo done. Man, I don't have 500 euros. I can't pay that kind of shit.
No.
And the person was like, no, it's okay. Just send it to me. I'll do it. And it's not 500 euros. That's crazy. It's like 10 minutes work. And I was like, what? No.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. And then they did that for me. And sure shit, like half an hour later or so, they sent me the super 4K version of the logo that we all see today.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I was like,
damn.
love it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, wonderful.
Humble beginnings.
Well.
I like
love
its
it.
origins. Yeah.
Yeah. I like it too. I like reminding myself and well, I don't need to actively remind myself, but I like to know where and how I began and stuff. You know, it's just, we all start somewhere.
You gotta be humble.
I'll look back at old streams and see like the overlays that I did, and I remember thinking that like they're the fucking tits.
Yeah.
And I did them, and I go back, oh Lord.
You can see the same on my channel. If you go to the channel and look at the first couple of videos, just look at the thumbnails. Oh
yeah, you can tell right
it's
from
like
there.
I mean, I made do with what I had at the time, including my knowledge. But oh my god, looking at it today, I'm like, oh Jizo, what are you doing, man? You know, it was hilarious.
But I mean, it's a pretty big testament to the fact that it's not about the thumbnails of the art; it's about the content because you grew anyway. Yeah. So that's a good, nice little silver lining.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I scored mainly with consistency. I think that's what really helped me. Is I didn't upload a video thinking, I'm going to get 1 million views, and then it got 15.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, I might as well quit. No, I never did it for the success or for the money. Like I said, I didn't start doing it full time until 2 years ago or so. I did it for me because it was fun. I liked it. And I liked having... I also liked putting other YouTubers in their place. Now, let me explain. I don't start beefs with people. I have no problem with any. Well, there is one that I do have an issue with, but that's beside the point.
We can talk about that off stream.
Yeah, sure. I basically watched YouTube videos about Warframe because I too was a noob at some point, and I remember distinctly situations such as I'm at my dojo. I'm looking at this weapon called Emprex. Okay, what does it do? How is it? Is it any good? Do I want this thing? Because Forma, resources, stuff is scarce. There are a lot of weapons in this game, and I would watch YouTube videos, 3, 4, 5 YouTube videos from several different YouTubers we've all heard of about Emprex, and at the end of the 20 or 30 minute fucking video, I still don't know if the Emprex is good or if I want it. And it made me incredibly mad. I was so pissed. So I said, fuck you guys. I'll learn all this shit myself. And then start uploading videos where I try to answer that question. Because if you look at my verdict videos, I don't say at the end of the video, this weapon is good because it deals 1,000,172,564 damage in this particular case or some stupid shit. I make some meme out of it, like lol, who cares? But I just try to like say, here's like the style and the feel of this gun, because I think that's more important. Because the damage doesn't matter. It truly doesn't. You can kill everything with anything anyway.
Yeah.
So these types of things.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I try to emphasize on that.
It definitely comes through. It definitely helps me when making choices, your videos, like a lot. And it helps me prioritize builds. It does.
Perfect.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Perfect. That's I couldn't have it any better. That's perfection.
Well, that's one of these neat, like you probably didn't even realize, but like we're massive fans of yours, and we watch it just like everybody else. Like people watch your videos, like people see them. They're fucking good.
Funny.
Yeah, it's weird, but yeah.
I laugh a lot. So
what?
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you first. You first.
It's so strange, like when especially other content creators are like, "Hey, man, we watch your videos and stuff like that and whatnot." I'm just like, "What? Really? Little old me? What?" Yeah. It's so weird, not in a negative way. Just like I can't quite believe it.
Yeah.
In some way, it's just like, really, but I'm just me, like what's the deal, But
it makes it like you remain humble, and it allows you to be surprised and pleasantly like surprised by everything.
Yeah,
like this. So
it's
it was
delightful.
Like we got I told Lala, I'm like, Jizo is interested in doing the interview thing, and she's like, what?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Why us? Yeah, no, I was
I love this kind of thing here. not just like the whole interview setting, no matter if you're the person being interviews or doing the interview, it doesn't matter. But also just generally, I really like working with other content creators of any size, by the way. Maybe there are some people in the chat. I know I get this a lot when I ask like, hey, does anybody want to come and play? You know, it is playing with viewers and stuff. And sometimes I'll get the response kind of like, oh, I'd love to join, but I'm probably too bad or not high enough MR. I don't give a shit about any of that.
No.
And as a content creator to another content creator, I don't care if you just started yesterday and you're using Windows Movie Maker and Windows Paint to make your thumbnails and shit. I don't care. If you have some kind of an idea, something that you want to do with people, just ask. It doesn't hurt. You know, the worst thing that can happen is that they respectfully say, well, nah, I don't really want to do this. Right. And so with other content creators, I really love hanging out and doing anything together, really. You know, I really don't mind. It's fun.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
We're all in this profession of the entertainment business together. We all face the same issues, the same kind of hardships, the same kind of amplified hate, if there is hate, the same kind of amplified attention, even the positive kind of stuff. Like all these things, we all deal with the similar things. I don't quite understand why we need to shoot each other in the foot as well. You know, like what's I always see
speaking our language.
Why can't we all just hang out like people be like, hey, well, you know, the YouTube algorithm, it's bullshit. I know, right? That's much more fun than, no, I'm better than you. I have more views than you. You suck. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and even if you're only concerned about your growth as a content creator, which you shouldn't be, but if you are, isn't like connecting with other communities and other content creators a wonderful way to grow? I don't get why you need to tear people down in order to build yourself up.
Like we've been doing this for 2 years now, 2 years straight. Full time, and I can honestly say the individuals that we've met who want to help us build and we help them build is definitely overwhelming. But there is that group of people that are just like they've got a dark cloud over them, and every time there's interaction, regardless of what it is, it's shit talking and trying to tear things down. And so I never understood that, and that's actually one of the biggest reasons that Lala and I started the interviews was so that we could begin connecting with other content creators
in a positive way,
and people within our realm that we don't like. You for example, like we see each other around, like we know who we are, but it's always been a tip of a hat and that's it. Like let's bridge that gap.
Why not?
Exactly. And as Lala mentioned, it is a viable way to grow. At the same time, a bit of a tricky slope, which I could come back to in a second. It is definitely a viable way to grow, but I think the reason why we've come to this space, it's starting to get a little bit loose now, but for a couple years, over the past few years, we've had some serious competitiveness and rivalry amongst YouTubers in general. It's like people become easily addicted to validation and attention. Okay, that's human nature. I'm not very susceptible to such shit, but I too am a human being. So when someone shows up and says, hey, your channel makes me laugh, I feel that, and it's a nice feeling. I'm not going to go out of my way, however, to make everybody think that I'm the best person in the world, because I don't need that, right? But not everybody is like that. A lot of people get addicted to this attention, and then they try to attention whore as much as they can. And a good way to do that is to talk shit about others, because then your viewers won't bother with them. You know what I mean? So you kind of isolate yourself in your own little bubble of viewers, and they follow your beliefs and your beliefs only, and feed your ego, insecurities, whatever it may be, this kind of thing. And a lot of content creators are like that. For across any genre of content, Warframe, other video games, movies, anything really. You know, it's sad, but that's just how it is. And I don't have a problem with that. Like if we're hanging out here, right, and I'm here on the guest, let's assume for a second, hypothetically, just because I were here, you guys would have 600 viewers, which is, of course, not the case, but let's assume. And usually you would have 60. Why would I care? So what? Am I supposed to write you guys an angry letter? I get money or something? No. Like, why? I agreed to come here. I'm happy to be here. I just want to hang out. I don't care how many people are watching. You know, I don't care how much money you make or don't make off of this. I don't give a shit. I'm here to hang out and talk. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Why can't more content creators be like that and just be like, come on, let's hang out, let's do some stuff.
Well, it brings a sense of humanity back into it that seems to be lacking in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not just Warframe. It's not just video games. It's not just streaming. It's not like we're normal people and like, I don't even fucking know you. So why do we hate each other?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why I have a lot of fun with the comment section sometimes. I think out of all of the content creators right now, I have the least amount of hate for whatever reason. I get so little hate.
That's awesome.
In my comments or just generally toward me that I try to make the best of Jizo comment sections. And so far, over 6 years, I've only been able to produce 2 videos. That's how little hate I get.
That's how little,
right? But when I get some, it's really funny. Like I truly like it doesn't like secretly hurt me or bother me. I sit there, read those and drink my coffee in the morning, right? And I'm giggling. Yeah. There's just some presumptuous dumbasses. It's incredible. Like, you should go back into your mother's basement, you good for nothing. I'm like, I have a master's degree.
Yeah.
I was training to go to German SWAT team. What are you talking about, man?
You don't know me?
Yeah.
I haven't lived at home for how long? I don't know, 15 years? Yeah. No, it has been 15 years. A lot of years, who cares, you know? Shit. Stuff like that. It just makes me chuckle.
Yeah. I know. I'm getting there. I'm getting better at it. It's tough. But like, we don't get a lot of hate. Anyway,
we don't. A lot of our hate is indirect.
Yeah, totally.
Like it never is.
How so?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. So people will talk and it comes around to like, yo, so-and-so said this.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody has ever been, and I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but man enough to say anything to us directly, ever.
No.
Yeah. That's a good thing. I think so. Sometimes someone does man up and come to a stream and try to say something directly, but they quickly learn that that's a big mistake, because I don't immediately ban them and let them be gone. No, these people have an opinion and they deserve to be heard. So I let them be heard, you know? And the only thing that they do without me even saying anything is prove even further to the 100 people in the chat or the 200 people in the chat what a dumbass that person is, you know? Yeah. I don't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
And they realize that after a while that they have no argument whatsoever.
They're making a fool of
themselves. Then they just kind of like give up, like, God damn it. You know?
Yeah.
And I've noticed online a lot of people only have balls when they bank their beliefs on not being seen. Like, they drop their hate comment or whatever and they're like, he's not going to read that anyway.
Yeah. Either that or they're saying it in the midst of a group of people who are like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Hiding amongst peers or behind anonymity, fake anonymity for that matter.
Yeah.
Right? People get really bold. And if you call them out on it, they shush really quickly. And Lala, what I would recommend, and this is also for anyone in the chat who deals with maybe some kind of online bullying kind of stuff. This is what I tell to a lot of other content creators, because I've been talking with many for a long time, and I've tried to help a lot with this. One in particular really doesn't deal very well with hate and stuff like that. And I keep on telling these people, I'll tell you guys all too, the moment someone expresses their hate toward you, who they do not know, via their keyboard over the internet, that second, they immediately prove they have a small pee-pee.
It's true. I've been telling you.
The more you think about it, the more truth that holds. It sounds kind of funny, but it's true. They have so much insecurity and so many problems with themselves that they have the time of a day to go to a YouTuber they apparently don't even like, to drop a comment and dislike the video. That too feeds the algorithm positively. The algorithm doesn't care. The algorithm doesn't say, 3 dislikes, we're going to give this YouTuber less money. Damn. That's not how it happens. The algorithm goes, interaction, cool. Push this video. So these people push you. They have more problems with themselves than they have with you. And the fact that they can only express themselves via internet opposed to stepping up to you directly, already not worth your time, really. You know? And if you think of it that way, you really have all the power. Same thing on streams. Let somebody get into the stream and while out. Let them.
Yeah.
What can they actively do? Hack you and find out your real name and where you live?
Yeah.
So find out my real name. Go ahead. I don't have any secrets. I don't have any super spectacular last name like Rockefeller or some shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You won't find out, oh, damn, Jizo was in jail for 10 years. You won't find anything. You'll find, oh, Jizo went to school like everybody else.
Yeah. Like,
Jizo has a police record like almost everybody else.
What a piece of shit, this guy. Can you believe this?
He's got a regular life,
he's just
like everybody else.
He's just as boring as I am. Huh, interesting.
What a loser.
Yeah.
Go ahead. However, or you guys as the streamers too, you have all the power in that situation. With 2 clicks, that person's gone.
Yeah.
We really love converting trolls. That's like when a troll comes in, we like hit them with
that's
the
beautiful.
love. Like,
we love
Yeah,
it.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And often, like,
That's beautiful.
one of my favorite things, being the dual stream that we are, is that the guys will occasionally come in and be derogatory towards Lala.
Yeah.
But I guide it, right? I'm like, gee, like, I appreciate that. First of all, it's Doc, not Lala. I understand why you got that mixed up. But, DM me after stream. I'm in.
I will show you that
play with it.
Yeah.
That's the best thing that you can do also for your own psychology, you know.
Yeah.
Your own mental health is important too. And when you deal with this kind of stuff, because I absolutely abhor how women are treated online. It is the cringiest shit I have ever experienced in any kind of social interaction. I hate it
weird.
with a passion. Yeah. It's so silly. So if you could take that and somehow turn it around, flip it, and play with it, man, great. Great.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't let it get under your skin, that's for sure.
No.
I'm not going to change who you are. So,
yeah. Exactly.
Well, I like that conversation a lot, and I wish we could keep talking about it. But
I feel like you could use like
I need one-on-one Jizo lessons.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I need pep talks. I think I'm going to start DMing them.
The world's fucking with me today to be like, all right, here's what you're gonna do. Sit down. First of all, grab your coffee. This is real simple.
The world's got a small
fuck
pee-pee. Yeah, fuck them. Tell them to fuck off. They have a small pee-pee.
They have small pee-pees.
All
Everybody.
Right?
Exactly. There you go.
It's good now.
Yeah,
you know what? I think that's going to be my new alarm. I think I need an alarm to wake me up in the morning that Jesus like, good morning, Lala. Remember, they have small peepees. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
I like
Well,
that.
I mean, no one can threaten them with a good time, am I right? But you get the gist of it.
I do.
Yeah, they don't deserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But in German,
it has to be in German.
It does have to be in German.
This one time, somebody, this was in a voice call in some game a long time ago. This one guy said, and I said it again in Apex Legends recently, which I'm probably going to upload to YouTube because he was very, very upset that he decided to go Rambo mode alone, get killed, and then demand we revive him or bring him back into the game, which means I would have needed some gear, so I took his. And he was really upset with that. So he called my mother everything under the sun. And anyways, a couple years ago, somebody said in a game something along the lines of, you this, you that, I fuck your mother. And it was at the club. It was a bouncer. That's what it was. Not a game. Not a game. It was at a club when I was a bouncer.
It was IRL.
Yeah. Real life.
Yeah, that was real life. He said, I'll fuck your mother. And I just looked at him, everybody around us, because the people that frequented the club, they knew me. They knew about my martial art history. They knew don't mess with Jizo necessarily unless you have a death wish kind of thing. That's what the stigma was back then. And so everybody just kind of like backed off. It got really tense, like, uh-oh, it's about to go down. And I just looked at him like, bro, you know how old my mother is, you nasty bastard? Goddamn, ill. Right? And he was just like, everybody just laughed. And he was so embarrassed that he just left. Yeah. It was funny.
Oh, dude, that's some shit.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Like, there's websites on fucking the internet for that, man.
Yeah, like, that's so weird.
It was hilarious. I loved it.
That was genius.
But yeah.
I like that. So we are at the last 20 minutes of our interview.
I know, that went by quick.
I know, like, just having a blast.
Flies.
And we need to get into some Warframe chat.
All right, let's do it.
People have questions.
Yeah.
I'm sure he never talks about this.
So.
He never talks about Warframe.
No, I'm glad that I can get a chance to talk about Warframe because I never have to.
Never talk about Warframe. Okay, well let's we're gonna go with general first, and then we'll narrow down. Cool. Can you summarize your history with Warframe?
In how many words? Short?
No, like it can be as long as you want.
Summarize. Well, okay, you got my origin story.
Yeah.
I then set my own goal to I wanted to have the glyph because people were really, really superb to me. I have a really, really fantastic community, and that glyph was, to me, it symbolized a token of appreciation. It's something that I could give to everyone unconditionally, with no expenses, because I can't gift 20,000 t-shirts. I'm sorry, I'm not a millionaire, right?
Do that.
And so I kind of pushed that whole content thing until I finally got that glyph and stuff. And my relationship just in general with Warframe, I really want to love Warframe the way I always have, but it's becoming increasingly difficult to do so. Let's put it that way. I think that summarizes my relationship with it.
Then leads me perfectly to the next question, which is, how would you describe the state of Warframe right now? The current state of Warframe.
I mean, we could use single words that are maybe a little bit harsh. Just call it sad or disappointing or whatever, and those would have merit to them, but none of them would be really accurate. Warframe has a lot of great things going for it, but it also has a lot of things that are really not going well, and they are long overdue to be addressed. I think the current state of Warframe is... Have you guys seen Cliffhanger?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
With Sylvester Stallone?
Yes.
The opening scene where the lady is dangling down from the thing?
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone is us, the community, the players, and the game is the lady. I feel that Warframe is in that situation.
Yeah.
So we're holding on for dear life, hoping that we can save this or be part of the saving of the game.
Basically. Yeah. I think that's kind of where it is right now. It needs to... I feel that Warframe would do really well if they would stop shoveling new stuff into the game. Stop that entirely and just focus on fixing, improving... Yeah, fixing and improving what we already have. Yes, what we already have. Because we have so many different aspects in the game that are desolate, conclave.
Yeah.
Does anyone seriously play Lenaro? Probably not. Frame Fighter? Probably not. Railjack? Probably not. All of these things. I feel that if we would put some love into these separate entities within the realm of Warframe and maybe slowly try to mold them into a system where everything's kind of interconnected, at least kind of.
Yeah.
I think that would seriously stack on a couple more years of longevity to Warframe, and it desperately needs that.
Yeah.
So would you say, like we were discussing it this morning, and the point that I had made was that they have built such a large game, but the growth and development of what was already existing, it didn't grow. So it was like they were adding new layers onto a broken foundation. And I don't mean broken as in the game was broken, because fundamentally it's not. But I mean broken as in there's so much repair to be done with each update that happens, so that things aren't janky, so that things are fluid and it's all working in a synergist way. And I find that the more content they bring out, the less opportunity they have to do QA and balance the game, and that's what's broken it, really.
Yeah. Warframe is a mosaic. I look at it as a mosaic, and there the cracks show. Yeah. Like between the pieces.
Yeah. I would definitely agree with that. It's basically I compared it to City Skylines, the game the other day. You build this big ass metropolis in the game, right? And from a distance, it looks fantastic and everything. And then when you zoom in, you see there are fires here, lots of crime there, and everything. Which in that game, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but you have to regulate these things. And if you ignore them for too long, it basically at some point will cross the event horizon, which will mean the inevitable doom of your city, right? Unless you basically bomb half of it and start rebuild from scratch. And I feel that Warframe has a similar situation where a lot is really, really, really good, but there's also a lot that is really, really, really not good. And it should have been not addressed tomorrow or today, but last week. And if they don't seriously start investing in that for the sake of the game's longevity and for the sake of the quality players, which I can also elaborate on in a second, for the sake of the quality players, Warframe will meet its inevitable demise. in a very near future.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask about that. If you predict that there is a end of this life cycle of Warframe that's coming up soon.
Well, all things will come to an end.
Mm-hmm.
If not to a grinding halt, they will have a evolution. So
Mm-hmm.
Warframe could very well become something completely different than it is or has been so far. Like, let's say, a mobile game, which is not what I'm saying is going to happen. I'm just saying this is an option out of many different ones, let's say, which would mean the death of the Warframe as we know it, but the rebirth of something new, which may then continue on for a long time. Who knows? I think something like that is more realistic than Warframe actually pulling a rabbit out of its ass and bringing back the quality players and just the overall quality to the game, so to speak.
Right.
I feel like we've crossed that point of no return a while ago. You know, too many people have been not listened to for too long. Too many people have been ignored for too long. Too many ideas have been neglected for too long. Too many opposite choices, because that's also very important. Let's be real. It is DE's game. Let them do whatever they want with it. But when they ask us, what's the biggest issue with the game? And we say, as an example, Conclave is a bad PvP. Could we maybe have a good Conclave?
Yeah.
And they're like, gotcha. We heard you. We're working on it. Half a year later, Railjack, new things. You know, it's like they ask us for our opinion and make us feel like they value our opinions too. But at the same time, they don't really act on them ever, which to me translates into, let's just keep the people engaged. As long as the people are engaged, Warframe has traffic. As long as Warframe has traffic, we're making money. Which is not a mean thing to say or a diss or anything.
It is
a company.
It's a common,
they want to make
business
money.
Model.
Yeah.
Right. It feels like Warframe to me has gone from what we were talking about earlier in the stream with how the times have changed from entertainment back then versus now.
Yeah.
It seems to me like Warframe, in the course of its almost 8 years now, has gone from let's make a cool game that the people love and are happy to waste their time on, right? To how do we lure as many people in as possible and hold them hostage in our game for as long as possible.
Retention,
right?
Yeah.
Basically, right, for more traffic. That's kind of what it has been feeling like for a while now.
Yeah.
And it's sad, you know? It's sad because you have a lot of people out there that have been fighting for this game for a very long time. When we talk about these kinds of topics, I often am brought up because I have a very distinct history with digital extremes and Warframe. And it's not just me though; it's many people, you know. And it just doesn't look good, some of the decisions that are made. And it's weird because I feel like the majority of the community are kinds of people that we want to understand. We want to know, you know, like, DE, just tell us what's up.
Yeah.
Are we going mobile? Is Tencent buying the game a problem or not? Are we heading in a good direction? Do you guys actually still care? Tell us if you don't, we can take it, you know, but like, just tell us and we can move on or adjust or whatever. You know, I feel like the majority of the community is ready for some truth, but it feels like we're constantly walking in the dark too, you know?
I do feel like I'm asking, but why? So much of the time.
we do end up like when
wondering.
Things come out or as we're playing through and we're like, these choices could easily be like, this could make a lot more sense.
Sometimes I'm confused, for sure.
Yeah, you know, and it's to me, it's kind of shocking that it appears as if DE may be, I don't know how to word this differently. I'll just go with this wording, that DE may be too soft to listen to some honest truth, which I find baffling. Let's, for example, look at Ray Talius. Yes, Ray Talius has a very, very harsh way of putting things. True. He could easily sugarcoat it a little bit and still say the same thing. Okay, fine, no argument there. The message is still the same, though. It's still very valid, everything that he says, you know, and it's, I would think, in a company who makes money off of people enjoying their game, worth their interest, to acknowledge that in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, though, they hop on Twitter and call it a personal attack and rant about Raytalius, which just wasn't true. It literally wasn't a personal attack.
Mm-hmm.
Then Raytalius's name is mentioned in the stream on dev streams, and the people who mention his name are muted.
Yeah.
Which happened to me too.
Right.
I also got a timeout on the dev stream because I said hello. Just because my name is Ashisogi Tenno. You know, things like that. Like, I have no grudge against him for it. I'm just like, oh, D, why? Don't...
Yeah.
You can't be doing these kinds of things, you know, and at the same time expect goodwill. There's no way.
In that situation specifically, I remember feeling in a very similar way, like, and I remember saying that to you, that he made a lot of good points. But what he ended up doing was, instead of delivering the points in a bouquet, he delivered them with a loaded gun.
Yeah.
And but regardless of how it's delivered, the information should have still been considered. Now, I understand why they got their backup, but the defense that was taken in that situation itself, I believe, and I can't speak for them, but I believe if that was me looking back, I would have been like, that was a regrettable moment. Because I know that it put a really, like, it was almost a censored view at that point. So if you speak out in this way, no matter how valid it is, you will be shut up.
I know creators felt that way. I think they really felt at that moment that their views had to be limited if they, you know, and I think that was a hard moment, I think, for the community a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's none of these things are rocket science, truly. Okay, so Raytalius comes out with a video that kind of hurts DE's reputation, kind of hard to listen to because it's some hard truth, right?
Yeah.
Ashisogi Tenno comes out with a video, same deal. Oh, the partnership. Oh, here's this crazy ass. Okay, partner him or whatever, right? I get that. But the thing is that remains true. And I would really wish that this particular segment of the stream that someone at DE would actually see, because I can tell you from personal experience and knowing these other creators myself too, speaking to them fairly often, that if you approach any of us directly, there will be no insults or any, I mean, there already aren't insults, but there will be no harsh demeanor or anything. It's just a normal conversation, just the way I'm talking to you guys, right?
Yeah.
In a video, I might say, DE, this decision was fucking stupid because that's how I feel in that moment. And that doesn't change even if DE is sitting in front of me. But if, say, Rebecca, as an example, were sitting in front of me and would ask me this question, obviously I wouldn't say to her, I find your decision fucking stupid.
No.
Say, well, here's why. Let's talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Example, when I made that partnership video, I called out Michelle Postma for being a partner despite being well under the requirements, right? And he approached me at DMs too, and he was like, "Hey, dude, like, I didn't appreciate that you dissed me like that." And I was like, "I didn't mean that as a diss. It was factual. You didn't have the requirements. I have no issues with you." And I was like, "Oh, well, it just sounded really like kind of harsh. Like, I want to say you were attacking me, but it sounded that way." I was like, "No, man, not at all. I mean, I'm sorry that it came across that way, but no, I don't have any issues with you personally. I don't even know you, man." And
out of my own
within an hour, we were friends. You know?
Yeah, and that's what conversation does. Yeah.
Right. And I think that DE could so easily do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like they choose not to. And that's, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that. I'm at the end of my line. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we really wanted to hear this perspective because we've heard it from other places and we've heard it from your videos, and I think we just wanted to hear it and to know where you stand and what you think's going on, where it's going. So we really appreciate you sharing. Thank you.
I definitely want this game to prevail. I want Warframe to be the best it possibly can. I don't hate it. I don't despise it. I don't wish anything bad toward them.
No.
But at the same time, I'm tired of them playing the Rhino that I have to revive constantly. My back hurts from carrying. I don't want to anymore. I don't have the energy for it. If I can help somehow, like Lifewater is setting up this thing where he's going to kind of try to collect all of these thoughts that have been brought to the table. D.E. Scott has acknowledged that, so that's a big plus, I'd say.
Way to go,
you know, and I mean, good for him that he still has the mental capacity and energy to try again to get DE to just sit and truly listen to the quality players that I keep mentioning, right? Mm-hmm. Great, good for you. But will I spearhead an action like that? No. I've been doing this for 5 years now. I think I've done enough. I can't anymore.
Pass the torch.
You know?
There's a
move on to something bigger.
Pass the torch. Pass the torch. If you want to try to revive them, here you go. Have the torch. Go have at it. I'm done playing Trinity. I'm gonna play Inaros now.
Like, it's like you love something so much you want to see it succeed. So you take the time to put the effort in, but then it comes.
You just watch it continually be bastardized.
Yeah, and then you're like, okay, now I'm done. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, right. Just don't have the energy anymore, you know.
So we are nearing the end. The dev stream is starting, which is what we were kind of wanting to jump on after this. Mm-hmm. However,
I'll be watching too.
There's I think one or two questions.
Yeah, let's some positive Warframe questions. If you could cosplay any Warframe or character in the game, what would you cosplay as?
Any Warframe or oh my god, okay. Don't laugh. But if there ever was a Warframe movie, I would love to play Ember or Ash.
Why?
Now I know I said Ember and Ember female and all that, and just chat. Trust me, I got some junk in the trunk. Okay, I can pull it off. But like as an NPC, that's like for me when I think of cosplay, I also think what can I realistically pull off given the way I look. So things like Kratos or Agent 47, things like that. That's really easy. Or Max Payne from Max Payne 3. Right. I could pull off those things easily. Mm-hmm. Oh man, that's hard. Maybe Kanzu would be kind of fun. I mean, he's basically wearing rags. Yeah. He's a baldy wearing rags. I could do that.
I feel he doesn't wear underwear either. You could probably get some like good breeze.
Probably not. You know? Yeah. That's just a bonus then.
Yeah, it is. That's great. Because somebody wants to know who your favorite NPC was. So is Kanzu the answer?
No, Ticker.
Oh, Ticker. Oh,
Ticker.
Nice.
Ticker is probably my favorite NPC, and Sai. Although not truly an NPC. I like Sai a lot. Sai reminds me a lot of Titanfall 2's BT or Pathfinder from Apex. They're all very similar. I love them all.
Yeah.
That's true. 2 last questions.
Okay.
Pineapple on pizza?
You do you.
Good man.
Like I'll
eat that. I will eat that if it's presented to me. I will not ever order it in my life.
Good. That's what I like to hear. And last but not least, the most important question of the day.
Yeah.
What is your favorite bridge?
Favorite bridge. Yep. It's gotta be. We have to end with this question. There's somebody in our chat who absolutely needs to know what your favorite bridge is. Yeah. And it's now just become the way we end interviews. Yeah. The most random question.
I think I saw a documentary about how they built a bridge. I think it may have been in China that is super narrow and just crosses across this like what's it called, like a in German it's a Tal. Are there any Germans here that know the English word for a Tal? Like, you know, when you're like a canyon, maybe like smaller than a canyon kind of thing. Okay. I don't know, whatever. So anyways, it expands a gorge, let's call it that. Whatever, it all works. Valley, that works. Trench, all of those work. Yes, perfect. Thank you. So it expands across this valley, and it's super narrow. And the way they built it is they put the support beams up first, which was nuts. It was like this ring of concrete that just built up, and it was always in motion, but it moved like, I don't know, 3 inches a day or something like that, and was constantly pouring and drying concrete. And they did this for several days until they reached the designated height. Yeah. And then for whatever reason, because of winds or something, they basically pre-built half of the bridge on one side of the valley and the other half on the other side, and then pushed them across until they met and joined them in the middle. When it was done, it was a super beautiful looking, very narrow, pretty bridge that was insane engineering that went into it. I loved it. So if I have a favorite bridge, that one has to be it.
I love that answer. Solid answer. I mean, we never think about the bridges in our life, and I mean that's an important thing to think about.
I mean, we all travel over 1 or 2 bridges in our day, and we never consider what construction went into the development of said bridge. Like, Get a round of applause for the bridge
That
builders.
was a good, round of applause.
Thank you for having me. It was great. I had a good time.
This was so much
We did
fun.
forget one question.
What is that?
Are you a musician at all?
Oh, right.
I used to be a rapper. I do not have any musical equipment. I would love to have musical equipment again and get back into it, but I'd have to learn guitar next, I think. And I used to play the flute.
Yo, he needs to do a verse on one of your songs.
Well, I am a rapper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've got a new album coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
It's not completely done yet.
Right.
So there's room for a verse. Just throwing that out there.
I actually have a Warframe related verse right here that I have been thinking maybe I should upload that someday, but we'll see.
Oh,
you know what?
We'll see.
We should do the Warframe song.
That sounds. Yeah, you guys should do a Warframe song.
I haven't done that yet. People keep asking me to do it. I haven't.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
I'll bring the lyrics. If you bring some beats, then we can do some lyrics. I'm pretty sure because that's my biggest issue.
Let's do it.
That's awesome.
Collab, yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for having me. I guess if that's the end.
Thank you for being here. Yeah. This was a blast.
Hell yeah.
Do we want to send him a duck?
Oh, of course we want to send him a duck. Do you think he wants a duck?
Probably not.
Do you want a stuffy to cuddle with?
I'm not sure.
He is having a baby. I mean,
yes.
The baby needs the
there it is.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
So Jizo, if you could so kindly in the DMs just drop me your address, we will send that your way for the baby.
I shall do
Ashisogi
that.
Tenno.
Yay!
I shall do that and probably do it after the dev stream since I believe we're all going to hop over there to watch that.
I believe we are. All right, guys. So we're gonna raid. Thank you so much for being here, my brother.
Make sure you follow Jizo on all of his places. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, see you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Peace the fuck out.
Peace.
Nice.